The white old lady had just returned home when she noticed two black men renovating the front of her house. She confronted them, demanding to know what they were doing there. The black man calmly explained that they were repairing the house. The old lady immediately put on a superior air, declared that this was a white neighborhood, and the two black men had better get out right away. The black man remained composed and informed her that they had purchased the apartment building and were now the owners. Furious and embarrassed, the old lady stormed back into her house. Soon after, the police knocked on the owner's door, claiming someone had reported him for impersonating the landlord. Fortunately, Bernard had anticipated trouble and prepared copies of the contract. To his disbelief, the police officer was visibly dismissive. He even held the contract up to the sunlight in a mocking gesture, inspecting its authenticity as if it were counterfeit money. Even after confirming the contract was legitimate, the officer couldn't resist warning Bernard that, in those dark times, it was nearly impossible for a black man to make an honest living through hard work. That night, as Bernard was moving furniture into his new home, the spiteful old lady claimed workers weren't allowed in after 6 p.m. Bernard calmly retorted, "I'm the owner here. I come and go as I please." The old lady was livid, unable to tolerate having a black neighbor. She packed up and moved out in a huff the very next day. As soon as the white woman left, a flood of black tenants rushed in. Just as Bernard had predicted, there was a huge rental market for black residents. In no time, the entire apartment building was fully occupied. Bernard paid off the property as agreed. The landlord was astonished, recognizing Bernard's business acumen, his ability to see the hidden potential in buildings. He proposed a partnership. He would handle the contracts, while Bernard would scout properties. They would split the profits 50-50. And so, the white landlord leveraged his privileges, while Bernard used his sharp insight, and together they built a thriving real estate business, earning massive wealth. Bernard also fulfilled his promise, buying his wife a luxurious villa in the best part of town. However, their success was short-lived. The partner suddenly passed away in his sleep, and his wife took over all the business. She turned out to be a vicious racist, insisting on buying out Bernard's shares at a ridiculously low price. If he refused, she threatened to take him to court. Bernard refused to back down, but all the previous purchase contracts had been signed by the old landlord. His name wasn't on any of them. To prove his partnership with the landlord, Bernard sought out the bank manager who had provided their loans, but Bernardiger had already been bribed by the partner's wife and refused to help him. Cornered, Bernard paced the bank lobby. Was he really going to lose the business he had worked so hard to build? Unwilling to accept defeat, he looked around, and a bold idea struck him. He would buy the bank's building and become their landlord. Let's see if they dared to discriminate against him then. Soon after, Bernard sought out Mike, a real estate developer his wife had introduced him to. Mike was the wealthiest property investor in the area. When he heard Bernard's idea, he was stunned. This was the tallest commercial building in downtown Los Angeles. Did Bernard even know how much that land was worth? But Bernard was determined. Mike was shocked by the audacity of the plan, but after further thought, he realized it might just work. Despite his vast assets, Mike was still at the mercy of white men at every turn. Making money while stepping on their heads had always been his dream. And so, the partnership between the two was sealed.